This is Brad A. Milford with the Unlimited Wisdom 9-Minute Podcast, where business owners making mid 5 figures or more share their wisdom. It's 6 questions in 9 minutes because transforming possibility, of course, leads to reality. So let's get to it. In a few simple sentences, tell me who you are and what you do.
My name is John Renken. I'm an entrepreneur, been an entrepreneur for the last 30 years. And I've recently moved out into the travel space, and I'm teaching people how to travel more often for less money.
Travel cheap.
Yeah, cheap travel, man.
I love it. I love it. Question number 2. What's the best thing about being in business?
The best thing about being in business is your own boss. That's also probably the worst thing, because if you're not driven internally to accomplish goals, then it can lead to laziness. And one of the things that I've loved about it is that I have a drive that doesn't allow me to sit on the couch. And so I go from my one company that I run early in the morning, and as soon as I'm done there, I come and I'm building this new project, and I'm probably putting 12 or 15 hours in a day. So, but it's my time. It's dictated by me. So I love it.
I love it. I love it. That's one thing that I really love about you. Every time we connect, you take swift action. I know that about you. I attest to that.
Yeah, you can't, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, man, you got to get off the toilet. You just got to go. And I've learned from years of doing this that if you wait for opportunity, it never seems to come.
Oh, love it. I love it. Question number 3. We hear from other owners that they're getting so much business that the chaos is causing overwhelm. Tell me your thoughts, John.
They probably need better systems. So if you, and of course, that's a generic statement, on both of our ends. But if you're getting overwhelmed by the business, then that means you don't have the systems, and you haven't really done your job as an entrepreneur, which is to find other people and outsource what you're not good at. I'm never overwhelmed with tickets and helping people with travel because I'm passionate about it. And I have a very methodical system. And within 30 seconds, I can get you out the door and get you what I needed to get you. So my gut reaction is that if you're overwhelmed, it's because your systems are wrong.
Love it. I love it. Question number 4. What other successful business owners like yourself, John, should be on the Unlimited Wisdom podcast?
Everybody. I mean, I follow everybody. I don't know what kind of crowd you have, so I'm just going to say it the way it is. But I'm a whore for information, man. I don't care who it comes from. I just want to be successful. So anybody who's being successful in any other area that I feel I need to add to what I'm doing business-wise, I follow them. I might not follow up and do everything that they're saying, because you have to, again, within your system and within your construct, be able to move forward in a way that makes sense. But man, anybody who's doing anything that I remotely perceive as successful in a vein that I know I need, I follow them, and I try to do as much as they're doing where it makes sense for me.
I love it. So let's spin that question a little bit. Who recently has given you some great wisdom?
So I just recently bought the Groups for Profit course from Arnie Giske, and that has been transformational. I did not think I was going to run a Black Friday special because because inside travel, it's a little more difficult to teach classes. I never really thought about it. And they challenged me, well, you already have a group of 10,000. You're already doing this. Why haven't you ran a master class? And I'm like, I don't know. Why haven't I?
I love it. Yeah, Arnie's stuff, some of Arnie's stuff is great, especially when it comes to group.
And I love it that he's that successful, and I pop a question into his group, and he's answering me in 20 minutes.
I love it. I love it. With 4 minutes and 16 seconds left, let's get to the meat. So question number 5, what piece of wisdom would you share with other business owners, John?
Yeah, so my kind of philosophy is how to travel more often for less money or for cheaper, right? And what I've noticed is through building the model that I'm building right now is I consistently hear this, that flights are too expensive. And I've just started challenging people and define too expensive, because I flew my buddy to Iceland for $99. So are you saying that $99 is too expensive, or are we really saying we don't know how to travel? And the answer is they don't know how to travel. And so another kind of portion of this is people don't know that there's actually legitimate non-timeshare free stays where you just cover the taxes at hundreds of locations all across the earth. And so, like, when you tell me that it's too expensive to go on vacation, or it's too expensive to fly to Europe, or it's too expensive to have, 6 nights in the Bahamas, I ask the question, well, what's too expensive? If you're a veteran, I can put you in the Bahamas minus your flights for $500 at the Atlantis Resort.
Love it.
You have to know where to go for the information, or you got to find a guy like me who's spent 3 years figuring it out. And I mean, I just got a girl round trip tickets to Athens from Nashville with only one stop for $341.
Wow.
Who can't afford to go to Athens for $341?
That is amazing. That's awesome.
Right? So you have to follow kind of some of the tricks of the trade, so to speak. And in my group, what I try to do is to educate my people that there's ways to hack the travel industry, which is an $11 trillion industry, by the way. So half of our national deficit is what travel does every year.
That's fantastic. I love that. Let's get to the question number 6.
Sure.
What's the most fun vacation you've ever had?
Oh, man. All right. So I did a solo 11-day trip to Ireland. That was probably on my top. Wow. I did off the cuff, in less than 20 days, put together a trip to Iceland for a week for $1,200 with flights, rental car, Airbnb, everything was $1,200. That has to rank up there at one of my top, but I've got a couple others that are like memorable for different reasons. I summited Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa.
Oh, I'm looking to do that. That's on my bucket list.
So I'm taking a group in, it looks like November. I haven't announced it yet, but I'm looking at taking a group in November.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, so it'll be my 3rd time doing Kilimanjaro.
Awesome.
And then I had 2 that were separate for different reasons that really stand out in my mind. It was before I'd ever really traveled. It was before I became who I am now. And I landed in Guatemala City in the middle of a revolutionary war in 1995 with kids driving down the street with shotguns and Uzis. And my bus got boarded by rebels, and they by gunpoint took everybody off the bus but me. I thought I was going to die. I mean, crazy.
That's awesome. You sound like you have lots.
Yeah.
Thank you, John, for being on. What's your website so people can find you?
So I have 2. I'm migrating, so I'm going to give you both of them. JohnRenken.com, real simple. That one will stay, but I've created a travel website, and that's the second one, which is called TravelMavericks.com.
Awesome. This is Brad A. Milford with the Unlimited Wisdom 9-Minute Podcast, where business owners making mid 5 figures or more share their wisdom globally. Thanks for joining us.